Animal.
Welcome back
Hannibal.
to Burris Hannibal flossing.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with.
Y'all looked like you were floundering.
We normally have this plan.
I usually think about
I had to
this.
run into the rope with a folding chair to save you on this bit.
So, on the previous episode,
Last
we were
time.
talking about Kyle's drinking experiences, because
Yeah.
we're all alcoholics here.
We're the
Apparently.
Palcaholics.
We're the alcoholics.
It really does, like, I don't actually drink that much, but regaling my drunkest moments back to back makes me really feel like I have a mental addiction to alcohol. I don't, but boy howdy, when you mix them together. Alright.
I'm gonna go catch fish.
So, yeah, we were...
Second
we were,
most time I got
Yes. What is the
Yes.
second drunkest
Second
you've
most
ever...
was when I was over at this motherfucker's house. You can't see me pointing because we don't do cameras.
Hi there.
here
This
at
is
the production.
Umami Mason.
Yeah, I am pointing at Umami Mason, who we were celebrating New Year's, and he comes up to me with a drink that he knows I'll like because I am a Kentucky boy and I like bourbon. And he knew this and was like, "Hey Kyle, I know you also like sweet drinks, soda, because you ruined your taste buds as a kid because you drank nothing but Sprite, like a garbage man." So he came up to me and got me one of those glasses that you see in like Mardi Gras.
Pilsner beer glass.
Yeah, where it's like one of those like fun kind of. Wait, no, it wasn't a Pilsner. It was like straight up one of those long ass tubes that you put like frozen margaritas and daiquiris and shit in. Like
Yeah,
one of the party
it's the ones that you get the draft pours that are like humongous. It's
No. You gave
I
me
know.
like the ones that look like a fucking.
Yeah, it's like a funnel.
A flab. Yeah, like a lab flask, like a party funnel kind of thing.
yeah,
Like one of those shits.
yeah.
Are we really going to be stuck on this?
No.
Yes.
This part.
Yes, I will argue voluminous semantics until the day
Okay, so I bring him a
So he
very
brings
large
me-
cylindrical piece of glass filled with liquid, and
It was made of plastic.
That's what he knew.
Okay. So I was like, okay, because like a 7-year-old, I didn't apparently know what the conservation of matter was in that moment, because it didn't really taste like it had a lot of bourbon in it. So I was like, yum, I will drink that, and I did, and I drank it at about 5 minutes. It was pretty fast. And then
I made
about
him a
10
very
minutes
nice-
It was
after,
a Mike's hard.
yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah,
a
it was
a
it was
homemade
It was a Mike's
Mike's Harder lemonade.
harder. Mike's hardest lemonade. After
Kyle,
he
when
came
when
up
did
to
you
me,
officially know?
and
When
gave
did you
me-
officially know how screwed you were gonna be?
5 minutes after. It literally, like, it was so quick. And here's the thing too, I think I hadn't eaten either, so it just like immediately hit me after 5 minutes. Like, I stumble over to you and I'm like, "Hey Mason, just so I could kind of keep track, how much liquor did you put in that?" And when you started fucking finger measuring from the bottom of
So he
where
started-
the glass was,
I started with both fingers at the bottom of the glass, and then I just moved one finger up
Yeah.
to about a third of the way up the
yeah,
glass.
for sure. And I was like,
About that
Huh.
much.
it's like, okay. So I started, that's the difference between these stories. I started that night, like, just fucking quarterback blitzing off of the half-yard line immediately.
And the fun part was, he rapped then too.
I rapped then too, because of course I did, and it was very fun. And God, I think I remember the least about that night because of the fact that you just got me so fucking that you jump started me.
You
real
played
goddamn quick.
Scud, you rapped.
Yeah, we almost broke a window.
We almost killed Alex.
Yeah, we almost. Oh God,
I had to.
God.
I had to personally sober up immediately so that our very
Right.
young friend, very frail friend, I should say, he's a wispy man. That's a good word for it.
And-
He was carrying something heavy at Witch, and then like literally
Yeah, this
broke
is
his
the
back or
guy
something
who
like that.
punctured his lung. He
Yeah.
popped his lung picking up a 30-pound thing of Coke syrup.
Which he's not necessarily weak. It's just his body is.
He's
Thin as a
got a lot of
fucking rail.
muscle. He's just
Right.
a a wispy is how I would describe
His
it. I mean,
strength
that's...
score is 15, but his constitution score is 6.
Yeah.
so we're already a little bit drunk, and we're playing Scud, and we're playing, like, you know, for drinks if you lose. And it's like, yeah, it's a good idea to have the man who isn't as good at Scud and who's the skinniest out of all of us. It's a good idea to have him, 6 shots?
I think he had 8
row.
within the first 20 minutes.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was whoever gets last place takes a shot, and then we move on.
Yeah.
And after a long while, we moved it up to you take a double shot. Well, this
my
kid
God, we did.
just kept losing, and I was already drinking heavily and wasn't paying. No. He was trying. He was just getting sloppy because he was so drunk.
The trying part where he was at was not it wasn't, you know, one for all 100%. If you get what I'm saying. It was not all there.
He was only 20% cognitive, and he was seeing 6 balls.
Yeah. So while he was dealing with, like, you know, Shadow Clone no Jutsu in his vision, we were just like, yeah, sure, 8 shots, 4 double shots. That's he'll be fine. And then at one point, that was towards the end of the night, we started to pass out on some of the couches down there.
Tanner slept on the pool table, put all the balls in the pocket, and just slept on the... No. Somebody else slept on the pool table. Tanner slept on the dog bed in the floor of the movie room.
I forgot.
Yeah, he slept on the dog bed. I think,
Hey, I'm glad I didn't fucking do that, huh? I might not be telling this story, huh? I showed you my wedding story. Show me your wedding story, Michael.
Show me
All
yours.
started in the summer of '87.
Oh, God.
So I was in Quebec, and as the more I got drunk, the more French sounded like English to me.
I shouldn't eat chips during this, huh?
No.
I'm gonna put this back down. Sorry.
So I was in Quebec, and I was
Fucking both of you know,
my
like,
brother
in Quebec.
my brother was the host of the wedding reception or whatever, and actually this was the pre-game to the wedding.
This was the rehearsal
The day
dinner.
before, yeah, the day before, the wedding was supposed to take place, and I was supposed to create a speech, and I did, and make a speech at his wedding, which I did.
That's really cool.
And throughout that day, one of his roommates, his old roommates from college, and I would like to preface this with this is probably the last time he's ever gonna have a chance to do something like this. I just want to preface it with that.
God.
oh, cool.
So one of his friends from college walks up to him periodically, almost every 2 hours or something like that, and he would ask him, "Hey, you want to break out the old salami?" And then my brother would turn to him and say,
Oh my God, I remember.
"No, it's not a good time for that. Let's do it later." And then every 2 hours, he would come up and ask the same question. So by the time midnight rolls around, he goes up to the college friend goes up to my brother and he's like, "Hey, how about we break out the old salami, huh?" And then my brother's like, "Yeah, now's the time."
It's time.
So at this point, I was drunk off my ass off of. Let me explain the caliber of drunk that I'm dealing with. I'm drinking with a person who is my uncle, who drank with my dad on the way to Florida, who disregarded the open container shit and said "Oh, we can't have an open bottle inside of the car. Why not just pour all of the Corona inside of a cooler and then throw
Just
two
put a
red
couple
Solo
red
cups?"
Solo
What the
cups.
fuck?
Yeah, they drank all the way down to Florida.
Because if you get pulled over, all you gotta do is throw the cups in and close the lid. It's a
closed the
sealed
lid. It's
container.
yeah.
Holy
That's
fucking...
the caliber of drunk I'm drinking
Okay,
with.
so they fucking water coolered Corona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
My mom was the
Wow.
designated driver, and she got lost 3 times along the way.
They were too drunk to notice.
And then, yeah, I was drinking with my uncle because he was the only other Asian besides my brother and my mom and my sister. And everyone else was French, so I couldn't really talk to them. So I proceeded to get really, really blitzed. And
Just
I would
so kind of disappointed about
my brother
that
would check
not
up on
working
me
out.
like every couple of hours and say, hey, you okay? And like, cause he's the host and he's making his rounds.
Right.
He's entertaining everyone, all the guests. So midnight rolls around. College friend asks my brother, hey, how about we break up the old salami? And they're like, fuck yeah, dude, let's do it. My brother we proceeded to go on like there was a bench. What's the term for it? It was a lodge. We were at a lodge.
Okay.
Yeah, we were at a lodge, and then in the backyard there's a bench with a table, like a picnic table, kind of, where we sat and proceeded to the. By the way, the old salami is weed.
Okay. That is their euphemism for weed.
Yeah. So
Odd.
I proceeded to get really crossfaded.
Oh, yeah. Because you're already pretty drunk, and then they broke
Yes.
out the weed. And, yeah.
Midway during the whole the whole event or a session, smoking session.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke sesh.
The friend asks my brother one more time, how about we break out the big old salami? And my brother was like, fuck yeah, dude. So we proceed.
This code is so fucking buck wild because it either sounds like, one, you're getting ready to pull an Ocean's 11 style heist. 2, you're getting out meat that's worth $1,000. Or 3, you're gonna like suck each other's dicks the hardest you ever have. This is it just like the code name for weed is wild.
So first it was the old salami, and now it's the big old salami. And I'm like, I don't think I can get any more high than this.
The level of high you were like, I don't think it's possible, so I'm good.
A dab wouldn't faze me.
Like, I'm asking myself really stupid ass questions, and that's how I know I'm really high.
Oof.
And I'm not. I pulled the same thing like when I got high with you guys, and I wasn't responding to anything you guys were saying because I was wanting you guys to finish your statements before I can like answer. I was like, oh, I have something to say about that, but I'm gonna wait till they finish. And by the time you guys fucking finish, I forget what I was gonna say. So I was silent
Jump
for like,
in. Jump out. Introduce yourself.
So I was doing the same shit at my brother's whatever we were doing right there.
Yeah.
So
Your brother's big old salami.
Yes, you were doing my brother's big old salami. So the college friend asks him that, and then my brother was like, "This is the perfect opportunity for them to break out the big old salami." And then we go into the communal kitchen.
Oh, Jesus.
So we open the fridge and guess, you know how there are like levels, like little trays where in the fridge? I don't know what those are called.
Like in the door
dividers?
or
Like
just,
the
or just
separators.
the...
Dividers.
The divider
shelves.
of one shelf. One
Yeah.
lonely shelf. There is one singular tube of salami by itself on the shelf. And he
Wait,
grabs
an
it.
actual salami?
Yes.
I didn't remember this. Okay, so it's
So
actual
he
salami.
grabs it, and then we go out to one of the tables inside of the dining area where there are a lot of tables set up, like long tables. And we sat on the edge of the table, and he got a knife specifically for the salami because he brought it out of his pocket. He reached in his back pocket,
okay.
and he like lifted it up like really slowly and like looked at us, maintained eye contact the whole time.
Well, like Thor's fucking hammer.
And then without even like breaking eye contact, he started cutting the salami in front of us. And then handed us a piece without breaking eye contact. And then we proceeded to eat half a tube of salami, and I was like, your reception, your wedding is tomorrow.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna go to bed. So when I went up to, I was rooming with another one of my brother's college roommates at the time. I didn't want to sleep in the same room with my mom and my uncle. That was like it was awkward.
Fair.
So I slept with in the same, like on different beds in the same room with one of my brother's college roommates, and I proceeded to throw up. So I laid on my side because I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna throw up, so I don't want to like drown in my own vomit.
Holy fuck.
So I threw up, and like it just like left my mouth and onto the side of the bed and on the side of the pillow, and then
Just slathered out.
the college roommate proceeded to sit on the side of my bed, and it's like, are you gonna be okay? And like he was like rubbing my back, and it's like, it's everything.
What the fuck?
He consoled me, like he comforted me in my time of need.
This is
And then
so
I proceeded to
weird.
throw up on the side of the bed as well, like off of the bed and onto the side. And guess what? It was hardwood floor, so it got into the cracks.
Oh.
And then I was like, I asked the college roommate, hey, can you just make sure I lay on my side? I don't care if I'm sleeping right next to my vomit. I just gotta go to sleep. My world was spinning, dude.
Yeah.
And then when I woke up, I had to dig out the vomit inside of, like, in between the cracks.
What did you
with
use?
the fork?
Another one.
Another fork?
Every time you have Chinese
And also,
drink.
my uncle he owned a Chinese restaurant, so he was cooking Chinese food for everyone.
No.
And I had Chinese food that night too.
Chinese Jackie Chan drunk part 2.
So I got Jackie Chan drunk at my brother's wedding, and I don't think I can ever do that again. You know what always make me sad?
What?
That I won't ever get to use cuck the same way.
I was gonna try to transition into it
dude.
too. Like, speaking of organic, soybean.
I will never be able to say cuck, and the just it has a different meaning now.
Yeah.
What do we call that? Semantics? No.
Well, yeah. Well,
Semantic
because-
shift.
Yes,
Semantic
yes.
shift.
Because the new term,
Is for a man who likes to
What the
watch
fuck?
his wife do
yeah.
it.
So what the fuck was it?
A cuck is when the man enjoys watching his wife with another man.
Right.
A cuckold is the act.
Yeah, the
Cuckoldry
being
is the
cuckolded
fetish.
is the
Yeah.
being the guy.
Was one of the most buck wild things for me getting older about, like, oh wow, I can feel myself getting older and not catching up as much with the culture, is when people started saying cuck. And I'm like, you mean the hyper specific fetish? You
And I
mean
was
that
like,
one?
you know
And-
that hyper specific
yeah,
fetish?
and then a younger coworker of mine is talking to me like, yeah, you're cuck. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, you're cuck, man. And he had to explain to me, like I'm a fucking 40-year-old going substitute teaching at a high school, what cuck meant.
No, man, it's
in
on
that
fleek.
context.
Oh, what?
Like, first of all,
Right, exactly.
I'm your fucking boss.
Yeah, I'm technically your manager, so what the fuck? This dude was a dickhead anyway, but like fucking, it's so weird that learning, like, hey, this hyper-specific fetish that means a very specific thing that isn't really used outside this context is now like a new term for like a loser or beta or some shit like that. Except now, see beta.
A beta
It's been
bass.
replaced. I feel like it's been replaced with simp. Like that's kind of the newer
It's
version of it.
evolved over time.
Exactly.
Devolved.
What was it? First
Beta.
It wasn't incel.
Yeah,
It was first beta.
it was first beta, and beta's been around for a fucking minute.
I think,
because of the goddamn study.
Soy is kind of in the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, Soy Boy's there.
Yeah.
Soy Boy was also very specific, but then outgrew. It's in that same kind of like beta or cut kind of, manosphere, red pill horse shit. Where, fucking, I'm surprised by simp too. I actually, what is simp short for? I fucking for
Simpleton.
I totally,
Probably, yeah, simpleton.
It's
that's
short
the
for
weirdest.
simpleton.
That's the weirdest fucking
Except
shit.
it doesn't mean what
Yeah, it means somebody that buys Belle Delphine's bathwater.
What was
right?
before Incel? What was before Beta? There was another.
Beta has been making the rounds again and was technically the original. Because Beta came from the fucking Alpha Beta Wolf story that isn't actually anything and wrong and untrue.
It's
and
only
tragic.
true in containment, not in the wild.
Exactly. So we're gonna. All right, real quick recap. I feel like this is because we were doing the episode that this was on, and it was a great episode, and we'll all remember it as a formative memory of our lives and our friendship together. And it
We'll
was
look
great,
back at this
and
moment
then
in
we
30
fucking
years.
Lost it because the audio got fucked up, and that was a part of it where I had to talk about because I wanted to.
Now there's an angry vibe.
The
now.
Alpha Beta Wolf study. There is kind of an angry vibe there. I'm sorry. I got
like
moved
we're
there.
more angry. But it was all fun and games when we first talked about it. Now we're
And now
we're
it's
just
back to
doing it for the
business.
fucking paycheck, man. I remember when I was free.
So basically, it's wolves in captivity that display the alpha beta.
I
role.
forget his name, but the guy back in the day, basically, where the whole alpha beta terminology comes from, was the study that a guy conducted about wolves in captivity and their mating patterns and shit, where the male and female wolves were kind of divided, and the male wolves were divided into their two separate but equally represented groups, and this is Law and Order. Sorry.
Oh, didn't we call him
It's a really
the?
dumb joke.
Oh, we called him the masturbator.
Masturbate. It's not bad. Yeah, where the alpha wolves would basically perform dominance and be aggressive, so they could get to the females in heat. And the betas developed a pattern of behavior where they basically wait on the sidelines and go for
Sloppy seconds.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah,
some people
basically,
are into it.
yeah, and what do you call it? And the guy published the study, and there wasn't exactly a widespread internet, and it experienced basically a cultural tipping point where it entered popular culture and being like, well, if this happens in wolves, I think it happens in human guys too. And it's like, it's not like that specific behavior never happens, but it's just not culturally understood to be within our fucking DNA. Like some people used it for, and it became an insult and in a way to oh, you're an alpha, you're a true male and shit like that, right?
Now all of a sudden we have roles.
Basically
now.
toxic masculinity. So and later on, the guy that did the study was like, oh fuck, this shit only happens in captivity. In the wild, this wolf species is actually
Matriarchal,
it's
right?
matriarchal. It's female dominant. It's female led. It's completely different. I made a fucking mistake. Ah. So that dude is I don't know if he passed away or not, but I know that he has devoted most, if not all, of the rest of his life to trying to be that study was wrong, and this has gone way beyond what it was supposed to. This does not work. Humans do not exhibit this behavior on the same scale. It does not happen.
And this
but
is
it doesn't
what people
matter.
say.
But it doesn't matter. I don't feel like talking to anyone right now. Wow. Yes, that is.
Leave me alone.
That's in the action. Fuck. There's So yeah, alphas and betas don't exist, but betas have been making the rounds again because nobody knows that. It's all about the culture, man.
No, people know that. It's just
Kind
it's
of.
become more of a slang insult.
Yeah,
than anything.
it's grown beyond, so it doesn't really matter, right?
The only
And,
time I would use beta is in a phonetic alphabet.
fuck, man. Actually, yeah, it makes sense.
Just
If it's in that
I don't
kind of,
really use
Romeo
alpha.
Charlie beta thing. That's pretty fun.
Alpha
Yeah,
dog,
honestly.
I could understand that.
I use asshole.
Right.
Asshole works
Yeah,
all the
He's an
time.
asshole.
Yeah, that's been in time memoriam. It's pretty good. Yeah.
I know,
Alphas
I have
and
pretty
betas
good
don't
asshole,
exist,
right?
y'all.
In a
And-
similar vein,
Soy boys. Soy boys. Oh, see this
They
was
drank too much soy milk.
this was the part too that I love talking about, where, oh my god, the concept is so fucking buck wild. I love it. Because that also started out hyper-specific. That's the interesting thing. All these started out as specific things and then hit a cultural tipping point, and then
it was the same researcher.
Just, oh god, not again!
Yeah, he got really into bodybuilding later in his life and made the same mistake. Do you guys know where that term comes from? Soy boy?
Yeah, soy milk was thought to have estrogen, which would make males more feminine or something,
The origin
right?
point is like bodybuilding and bodybuilding forums and shit like that, where basically, a bogus science that essentially got spread around. I don't know where it originally got spread. I bet a bodybuilding forum or fucking 4chan.
You know where it got spread?
Oh my god.
You know where it got spread?
What?
On Spreadit.
Mason, can I tell you something?
Yes.
That joke was really funny. Sorry. Fuck. Oh man. I need to explain about soy boys.
Do it.
Please. I can't hold on any longer.
Captain Dirk.
So, there's a thing in the soybean that is, and I cannot stress this enough, underline it, hold it, similar in chemical composition to the human hormone estrogen, right? But it's not the same. It's just chemically similar, and the name of it is similar because it's called phytoestrogen, which is plant estrogen, which is similar to human estrogen, but it actually does it doesn't do the same thing. It can't. And it wouldn't, because there has to be a specific chemical compound in a hormone to be able to do stuff to the human body. Right. So, but the idea was, since there's this thing called phytoestrogen and it's named that, some people that know better, like mostly bodybuilders and shit, are like, well, wait, if this has estrogen in it and we're eating it, it's going to estrogenize you. It's going to make you more feminine and shit, right?
Estrogenize.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the level we're dealing with, right? Where, first of all, it's like, okay, no, it doesn't do that. Secondly, there was a bogus study back in, I think the 30s or 40s where apparently there was a slight correlation between slight feminization in sheep and eating soy.
Wait.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Thank you. I actually am going to thank you.
What an unbearable joke.
Unbearable joke. Oh no, look out! There's a wild pear in the woods!
None of your villagers are happy.
Funny.
Say what?
Yeah.
None of your villagers are doing okay.
They don't like your jokes, I'm sorry.
They just don't like me.
Fuck.
So it's soys and sheep.
Yeah. So, the study, and it's like, oh, it slightly feminizes sheep. And then it's like, oh yeah, even though sheep have completely fucking different stomachs. Completely different. It's like multi-chamber. It's like giving something to a cow and being like, yeah, that's gonna be the same for humans, right? Except it's not. It's not. Fucking bogus science. It ticks me off so much.
You don't see scientists doing tests on sheep. They see them doing tests on rats.
Right, and shit that would be way more similar to the human biological system.
Right.
And sheep. So it... Oh
you know
my
what
God.
we used sheep for back in the day?
Blankets?
No.
Is this a sex joke?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, technically, yes.
Okay. Is it...
This is
I
like
don't
a
have
trivia
any jokes.
question.
I'm just kind of on the edge of my seat here. You got me. Now reel me in.
I did.
Reel me in again.
No, but humans, the first use for sheep, other than their wool for clothing, before we even started eating them, we used their intestines as condoms before we knew how to use latex.
Holy shit.
Oh, sweet.
I forgot about that.
Just the more you know. Go ahead and flash across the screen
Hang
here.
on, girl. I gotta put these woolly mammal guts on my dick.
Woolly mammal guts.
Yeah, don't even worry. Don't even trip. You know I want to crush
Don't
those
even
guts,
trip,
but first I gotta
dog.
put these guts on my outer gut.
Oh,
That's
gross.
so sick.
And then I'm gonna put
So,
it in
yeah.
your guts.
Soy. So soy doesn't feminize you at all. Even if it did, we would already have known about it. And also, there's a whole fucking a lot of shit to unpack of like, I can't be feminized even a little bit. As a man, I'm scared of women. I'm scared of the women.
Well, I think what really snowballed that idea of soy being feminizing men is Asians. There's
Right.
They're anatomically they're smaller,
Yeah.
shorter, you know, I guess thinner, more feminine looking, I guess.
I mean, like, yeah, but not even like, yeah, but
But when
only
Americans like look at that, it's like, oh, they eat tofu all the time. Oops, I'm not gonna.
right. It's
That
good.
must be-
Yeah, actually, you are right. There's a real good amount of racism mixed up in this too. It's like
We're not
part
gonna
two.
touch on that one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does that make you uncomfortable?
No.
Yellow lives matter.
You know what they do?
I mean,
so
yeah.
do purple lives. Barney should be freed. He didn't mean to kill those children. What?
I thought you just said we were gonna. Yeah. So it's like MSG Part 2, man.
Yeah. Oh, what
MSG
about
is just umami salt.
Yeah.
Which is my name while I'm a guest on here, by the way.
Mommy salt?
Yeah, it's umami salt. Umami salt. That's gonna be my new screen name. It's very good.
J silent.
Jace. Fuck.
Which J? Exactly.
Drip.
Thank you.
Um,
So, okay. So
You wonder where they get all that money? Don't worry about it.
Soy doesn't feminize.
alcoholism.
Both men
soy.
and women also have like testosterone and estrogen already in their systems. The difference is just like makeup. So anyway, yeah, there's like 5 different reasons why that doesn't work. But a lot of dudes are like, well, fuck. Asians are like more feminine, right? Even
Well,
though
feminine
not
looking.
really. Yeah, and only even
Feminine in appearance.
more feminine looking by their standards, right? So like, fuck, this stuff must really feminize you, and I don't want to do that because I gotta be a man. I gotta do my performative masculinity to feel secure, and it couldn't be for other reasons why that's the case. So they did that, and then they started. The term that cropped up for this as a result was soy boy, which is basically a replacement for like cuck or beta.
Oh,
where
trust
it's
me,
like-
we are
it's
all
like
familiar with Soy Boy
not-
with the Persona 5 playthrough.
Exactly. Not a manly man is what they were like, but actually
Flipping the
it
tables.
doesn't.
Hence why Soy...
Oh man, I just like the idea of this kind of bunk science spreading out in this way just makes me like, it makes me kind of pissed off, but us also uproarious that like a fucking dude that was naming something according to scientific naming conventions couldn't have known that like it was going to spread out into dudes being concerned about like, oh fuck, I can't eat this staple of Eastern diets for thousands of centuries. It will fuck me up.
That's where I draw the line.
Well, thank you for watching. this fourth
So
episode.
anyway, thank you for watching our show. Please, if you did find something funny, if you did enjoy the episode, like, subscribe, follow, ring that bell, smash the like button, break your finger doing it, but use the non-broken one to make sure you finger yourself a little while you're at it.
And please send us some topics to talk about.
We
Yeah.
are really struggling.
Yeah.
I promise this is the last time we're going to be talking about drinking for a long time.
Oh no, I'll see you Monday.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's no goddamn way in hell that's true.
But yes, I know that's a lot of buttons to press, but I know you can do it.
You can do it.
I believe in you.
We all live.
We do.
Peterson!
Gesundheit?